Assalamu alaikum. May I please ask all our lovely ladies and gentlemen to be seated so we can start with tonight's ceremony. Uncle Mustafa, if you could call everybody from outside here, I'd be very grateful. Thank you. Zakat Account. Start. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to the TDC annual fundraising event. I'd like to start by first and foremost thanking Dr. Asra Khan and the TDC community for asking me here tonight. My name is Hassan Zainab, and it's my pleasure and honour to be your MC tonight. I'd also like to acknowledge our distinguished guests and our amazing sponsors, which I'll get to more. Of the world who are affected by diabetes and from Wollongong to right around the world. During this holy month of Ramadan, Ramadan Mubarak to you and all your families, and may Allah bless each and every one of you. Please remember that every single one of you here tonight has been sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not by yourselves, to be part of this amazing cause and to reap the rewards of being here. We are very blessed also to have amazing sponsors who help and support TDC. I take you to the attention over here to the some of our amazing sponsors. So I'd like to start. You got it. After second citation.
It's working, yeah. The people are sitting doing nothing, they are getting an opportunity to get some asna. Please take some pictures and share with the hashtag TDC Sahiwal. If anybody give $1, you get a part of the more of that as well. So please make the effort. It takes a second, take a picture or a message or video clip or post a picture and say that I'm here for this cause. Please, you also contribute. Okay, thank you. So our social media team, this whole event is
voting.
So Sheikh Imam Farhan Khalil is the head of religious affairs and Australian International Academy Imam and Edic and Australian Defence Force. Jazakallah khair.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت سبع سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء والله واسع عليم الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله ثم لا يتبعون ما أنفقوا منا ولا أذى لهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. Inshallah, I want to I brought in 2 ayahs from the Quran. And these are the ayahs about giving, inshallah. What I want to do, I want to actually go into the meanings. And I just don't want to read the meanings because it actually kills the purpose. But Allah actually in the first ayah, and this is the ayah that everyone should know, it's the 261st ayah of the Quran in Surah Baqarah. Allah actually tells me and you that if you give, the reward of is like a seed. You only need to give a seed. And if you give that seed, Allah actually multiplies that seed for you, and it's multiplied many times. Now I want to actually give you an analogy for you to understand, inshallah. You know, subhanAllah, when you look at any fruit, there might be on your tables later on for iftar, inshallah, and if you're actually looking at those fruits. When you look at a fruit, how much of that fruit do you throw away, and how much of that fruit do you eat? If you take an example of an orange, the only thing that you throw away from the orange is the skin and the seed. And what you eat is the entire orange. So Allah is saying that you consume most of that orange and you only give away the seed, habba, and I will give you the reward and I will multiply that reward for you. But then Allah also says, once you give, then don't make a fuss that I've given this and I've given that. Because if you make a fuss of giving this and that, then Allah takes the reward away. So inshallah, I'm being told I only got 5 minutes. 5 minutes is it? Keep going, okay? Because the issue with the imams is when they get the microphone, they never stop. So it's good to know we've got timings. And I also have to be mindful of the time anyways, because I've come a long way. After the talk, I'm leaving anyways. Because I'm actually leaving my community in Kennywood. So it's an hour and a half drive over there. So I might not have time to say bye to you guys as well. It's only because my good friend that sits over here, Chocolate, he's actually asked me to come. So I said I'll do that drive for Chocolate and for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anyways, inshallah, some of the reminders I want to give you, inshallah, that you want to take away. What a great cause. I actually have not done my research, so I apologize to the organizers. But one thing I know, that anything for the cause of hospitals, of feeding people, it's an amazing cause. And inshallah, what they're doing in the background, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everyone that's sitting over here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us as well, the ones who are here to participate, inshallah. I want to actually make it simple for you, and I don't want to take a lot of your time, as I said. I want to give you some few advices. Now, everyone's always asking, what's the best charity? What's the best charity? I'll tell you what's the best charity? Feeding the people is the best charity. And I'll give you an example as well. I want you to understand, if you look at the life of the Sahabas as well, they thought feeding the people was the best charity. Why? Because Aisha radiallahu anha, I'll give you an example from her life. Even if she had a little grain that was gone off and that had turned into a raisin, even that she would give it away. And the servant of Aisha would say, Ya Aisha, do you think that Allah will reward you for that? Do you think Allah will reward you for that? And then she would read this amazing ayah, وَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will even reward you for that little zarrah, that little atom that you give. Now I want to also give you an understanding of, I say this, and even the ulamas agree to this, feeding people and giving charity, feeding the poor and needy is better than nothing hajj. I'll say that again, if you guys haven't heard that. Feeding people and giving charity for feeding people is better than your nothing hajj. If you've actually gone to hajj, and I'll prove you that with an example. Abdullah ibn Mubarak, one of the greatest imams that you probably know. Abdullah ibn Mubarak had a great life. Now, Allah give me and you that life. He once, 1 year of his life, he was on jihad for the sake of Allah. The other year of his life, he went to do hajj for the sake of Allah. That was his entire life. He lived his entire life like that. One day, they were coming and they were going from Sham to do hajj. On the way, they found a dead bird. And he saw two yatims, two orphans. They actually came by and they started picking that dead bird and they started taking it away. Abdullah ibn Mubarak was very amazed. And he said, where are you taking this bird? He said, we've been hungry for days and my mom has no food. We're taking this bird to cook a meal at home. And Abdullah ibn Mubarak started crying. And he said, how much money do we have to the entire caravan? They said, we've got 1,000 dirham. He said, give 980 to them and keep 20 to go back home. And so Abdullah ibn Mubarak taught me and you that the best of the charity is to feed the needy, the poor, and to help them. And they were going on a hajj. They abandoned that expedition and they went back. And the same night, Abdullah ibn Mubarak had a dream that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted the hajj of the entire caravan. Allahu Akbar. Sometimes you need to understand that what we are giving, we don't know the value of that. So we need to give for the sake of Allah as much as you can. And I, inshallah, want to finish off on a small hadith. And this is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He's actually telling us that this kind of charity, one of the Sahabis, and this is Abu Hurairah, is asking Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, Ayyu sadaqatu a'zamu, that he says, what is the best sadaqah? A'zam, that's more closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, Anta saddaqa wa anta sahib wa anta shahib wa anta takhsha al-faqr wa anta ta'mul al-ghina. He says, when you're in these four kinds of situations, this charity is the best charity. The first thing he said, وَأَنْتَ سَحِيبٌ, that you're healthy. And then he says the other one, وَأَنْتَ شَهِيبٌ, you're feeling stingy. You actually don't want to give any money. Right now, there'll be many people sitting over here, they're healthy, and they also qualify the second category as well. They're feeling stingy, they don't want to give it. And also he says, تَخْشَى الْفَقْرَ. The third is when you think that you'll give this money and you go poor, you go broke. And there's many people that we always think that way. We think, you know, if we give the money, I will be poor. I'm not going to have enough for myself. And then finally he says, وَتَعْمُلُ الْخِلَةِ. And he says he's got aspirations in his mind that he wants to buy this, and he wants to get this, and he wants to get that. And many people sitting over here, I believe there's many aspirations. We want to give this, we want to give that, and want to give this. There's so much. But I tell you, brothers, if you give for this great cause over here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you, and Allah will provide you more than that. And these are the ayahs that I started with. I want to finish on a great story, inshallah. And this is something that will encourage all of us to give, inshallah. And this is a story of none other than two brothers. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is sitting in the masjid, and one of the brothers comes and he starts complaining about his younger brother. He says, I earn the money. I'm always working hard. I'm always bringing money for the table, for my wife, for everyone. This brother over here, he comes to the masjid and he's taking lessons from you. He's always sitting over here. I have to look after him. I'm done with him. I can't give him anymore. And I believe, many of us are like that. We say we can't give anymore. There's so much that we're doing. We're giving for the cause of Palestinian cause. We're giving for the Kashmiris. We're giving for this cause. We're giving for that cause. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is an amazing man, I tell you this. If you know Arabic language, it's amazing language. Some few words go a long way. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says nothing. You know what he says? لَعَلَّكَ تُرْزُقُ بِهِ. This is what he says. He says, maybe Allah is giving the money to you because of this man. Now I ask you, everyone sitting over here, maybe Allah has brought you over here to give you money, and that money that you're giving, Allah is giving you for these great causes. So I leave you with that, inshallah. وجزاكم الله خيرا وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
Jazakallah khair. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Jazakallah khair for the Sheikh Farhad Khalil. It was very generous of you to give us your time. We appreciate it very, very much. Very wise words there. It's truly what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised us. And when Allah promises, it will happen. That for every dollar you give, He will reward you by 10. So please do not think by today you give $1, you're losing money. You're actually gaining money. No bank app is going to give you 10% return. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised you, He will give you 10, He will give you 10 times the reward that you actually give today. I'd now like to ask an amazing man, Dr. Shiraz Anjul, to come up and say a few words. He's got to come through the queue. Dr. Shiraz.
Azhar asked me at the last moment to present on diabetic feet. So it's a very, very complex topic, and when the surgeons they talk about something, it needs hours. So I thought, okay, what I will do is if I'm seeing a new patient in my office and I give 10 minutes to that patient, so what I'm expecting from that patient, that's what I will talk about, and hopefully it will raise some good things about diabetes. The last 3 slides are important. The first 2 slides I will just give you a brief description of what diabetes is. Diabetes mellitus, I call it pandemic. We had COVID recently, it affected everybody. But if you look at the number of diabetic patients in the society, they are not less than going on. And the money that we are spending in the hospitals, the number of admissions, total admission in the surgical wards, especially in the orthopedic surgery, vascular surgery, general surgery, 1/3 of the admissions are basically diabetes. And they are all, majority of them are diabetic feet. So new cases are increasing, minor disabilities to amputation. You start with a small toe infection and leading to amputation of a foot. And keep in mind, The studies prove that if somebody has a below knee amputation, 65% of the people are wheelchair bound by the end of the year. And then you need NDIS, then you need other sports, social services. And if somebody has a bilateral below knee amputation, they end up in wheelchair within 6 months. And look at the cost of the health on those patients. So we live in Australia, but I get surprised every day that the number of applications in Australia are also increasing. So there is something wrong. The most common thing that I see is a myth. If I will have a surgery on my foot, the first thing they're going to do is an amputation. And I don't want amputation. And this is where the problem starts. We should not delay it to a point where you need an amputation. And the biggest risk of amputation in a diabetic foot is a previous amputation. If you have amputation of a little toe, there is 80% chance you will have an amputation of another toe in your lifetime. And when you have two amputations, there is 90% chance of having a third amputation. So the idea is to avoid the first amputation. And we have to make sure that we seek medical advice and we get better understanding before we get to a point of first amputation. So if we can prevent the amputation, then we can save a lot of things. So majority of these things I believe in my hands. I feel like at least 80% of the times, if patient present to us, at timely basis, we can prevent those amputation and problems. So diabetes, we know, like we see patients with hypertension, kidney failure, all those things. But from a surgeon's point of view, I would say diabetes affects every cell, every organ of your body. It affects your muscles, it affects your bones, joints, ligaments, tendons, etc. And then we know that with a lot of knowledge and research, we have better understanding of diabetes, not only from a medical point of view, we need the management of diabetes has improved, but still the results are not there. There is something wrong. There is a gap, and we have to fill that gap. Now, these are the things on the right side that you see. Hypertension. Like when I see a person with diabetes and having a foot infection, on the average they will have 2.5 other medical issues. And those are hypertension, ischemic heart disease, kidney failure, poor blood supply, and inadequate immunity or low immunity. This is a package that we see, and we have to manage it. But what I see in the field, they have deformities, they have callosities, they have ulcers, they have infections, they have poor hygiene, neuropathy, swelling, and sickness. I will give a couple of more slides on neuropathy and the development of problems so that you understand what it is. Neuropathy. This is the most important thing. If I think I can convey a message about neuropathy, that is going to be the take-home message. Neuropathy, what happens is, when we touch something, we get a feeling. Touch is one of the basic senses of the human body. Okay? In diabetes, you lose that feeling of touch in your feet. And that is independent of the duration of diabetes, that is independent of the control of diabetes. If someone is diabetic for 5 years, whether they have good control or they have full control, they will develop neuropathy. They lose the feeling in their feet. The first thing that we feel, like we are wearing shoes, we go to water, Australia as an island, you go to water, you walk in a beach, and without looking at your feet, you can see, oh, there is a small pebble under my fourth toe, and I feel it is sharp. From where that feeling is coming, that feeling is lost in diabetes. And that's the first thing. So now, when you touch something and it feels hot, but you pull your hand back. But if you don't have the feeling of pain, what will you do? You will ignore that. And by the time you see a doctor, you have developed infection. You have developed problem. And this is where we feel we have lost the hope. So neuropathy is the loss of feeling. So anyone who is diabetic in your house, in your friend circle, just ask them, do you have a feeling in your feet? If you don't have a feeling in your feet, then put your eyes over there as much as you can, so that at least you can see if you can't feel. When you can see, you will notice a problem and you will seek medical advice. So diabetes, that's what I see in my office. Like this is the shape of the foot which is completely deformed. But you notice is the toes are clawed up. We call it curly-toed deformity. They're supposed to be straight. So I will ask everybody in this audience, they have glass in their hand. Can they hold a glass with the tip of their fingers like this? Can everybody hold a glass with your tip as tight as possible for 5 seconds? Are you feeling pain in your tip of your fingers? Right in the tip. Feel right on the tip. You feel pain on the tip? Why is that? Why is that? Why are you feeling pain? But when you hold it like this, you don't feel pain. The reason for this is God gave you this part of the palm to hold. And it gave you the tip of the finger to feel. So what we are doing is, we ask the part which is for touch to hold. It is not designed for that. Right? It is not designed for that. No matter how strong you are, if I ask you to hold a piece of pen in your tip like this, for 5 minutes, we will start developing problem at the tip of the finger. Despite being very strong, because we are trying to do a function and we're taking some help from hand, which is not designed to do that. So imagine the tips of the toes are not designed to be straight. When you develop velocity, you start walking on the tip of the toes. And when you do that, you start noticing on the right picture, the right side, you see the second toe. That's its velocity. That's what you develop. Then you are putting weight on abnormal areas of the foot. And this is an area which you never see. And this is the first thing. You develop velocity, this becomes ulcerated, this leads to infection, this leads to amputation. Right? So this is the basic thing that happens. You know, sometimes we Muslims, sometimes we become very pious and we start reading Quran, and then we listen to speech from some good Imam, and we see like, oh, I am going to read Quran and understand Quran tonight. So that happened to me once. I was reciting Surah Al, chapter 7, verse 2. Allazi kaddara farada. Right? Allazi khalaqa fasaba. He created and he balanced it. That is the creation of the whole universe. Allah said it's one eye. Allazi khalaqa fasaba. It's balanced it. When we lose balance, we end up here. When you lose balance in any part of your life, anything, when you lose balance, things collide. What will happen on the day of Qiyamah? This universe will lose balance and everything will collide. The human body is so incredible. Allah has given us 206 bones, and every bone has a joint. And every single joint of the human body is balanced. You look at your elbow, we move it this way, we move it that way. There's a balance of forces on both sides. There's a balance of forces around the shoulder. When we lose that balance, it leads to imbalance. It leads to problems. That's exactly what's happening in these feet. The muscles on the one side are tight, the muscles on the other side are loose, and we're developing deformities. And these deformities can lead to problems. Now, we know, like generally speaking, we see 70% of the patients, they present problems on the front of the foot, which are the toes of the feet. And 90% of these problems are treatable. Whereas 90% of the amputation of the foot are in the foot, in the toes. 20% of the patients, they develop problem in the arch of the foot. It is very complex. We have 50-50 results. And 10% they have problems in the heel, which is very resistant because there's only one bone, and once you lose that bone, we can't save the foot. This one being good arch and the toes. So if we can look at that 70% fear and we can improve our understanding of that, I think we can improve the health of the society, not only the person. So this slide is very important. When we talk about diabetes and diabetic feet, there are things which you cannot control. You cannot control to be a diabetic and non-diabetic. You are diabetic, you will develop hypertension. You can't control that. You are diabetic, and some people will get, kidney failure. They will develop deformities. This is beyond your control. You can't do that one. You go to physicians, pay them good money so that they can pay bills. But the things that you can control your blood sugar. It's very basic. So when I see a patient, how's your blood sugar? It was good. That is not good. Always I will ask, give this message to my GP friends as well. HbA1c. HbA1c is most important parameter to see whether your patient is controlling the blood sugar or not. Second, obesity. The common myth is, doctor, I have pain in my ankle. I can't walk. I can't lose weight. It has nothing to do with your ankle. It has nothing to do with your ankle. It's all about your eating. If you have more intake, then you will accumulate fat and everything. And we know from many medical research, and I tried myself to lose weight, and I had to only just eat less. So this common means that, okay, I have a knee problem and that is the reason I can't lose weight. That is absolutely wrong. It's number of calories. You take less calories, you burn more. Smoking, number one killer. You know, basically you are basically burning your money in the cigarette and you burning your health in the cigarette. A diabetic patient with a toe infection without smoking has maybe 20% risk of amputation, whereas a smoker with diabetes will have 80% risk of amputation. So you can save money, save the feet, and etc. Hygiene. So I'm a foot and ankle surgeon, and I see the worst of this. I'm sorry, I was on my job. I did not wash my feet. It's a very basic thing. You know, we are all Muslim. We pray 5 times, we wash our feet every day, and that gives you a bit of a chance to look at your feet. Examine, is there any problem, any curiosity? But the shape of my feet, is it different to what it should be? Um, See the surgeon when there is a problem. And the important thing is the deformities, they take time. They don't develop overnight. So if you take a picture of your foot, someone has diabetes, just take a picture of the foot, put it in your phone somewhere, make a folder of my feet folder. Take another picture in 6 months or somebody, and just compare those pictures. Just take like it takes 2 or 3 minutes of your life, and sometimes you can see a lot of problems over there. Self-care is more important. That's what I say. This is the take-home message. Regular inspection, take a picture, wash your feet and dry your feet. Check the temperature of your feet every single day. We know diabetics can develop Charcot, which is basically increased temperature without having infection. If your feet are swollen, you feel they are warm, there is something wrong. Please look at your feet. And the most important thing, sugar in diabetic is very important for 2 reasons. One, they have deformities. So the different parts are doing different jobs. And secondly, they have neuropathy that they follow. So they can't feel pain. So shoe care is most important. And finally, that's something that we do. Please keep in mind, you know, hip replacement is something that we do a lot in orthopedic surgery. This is the second most successful operation ever done on the human body after cataract surgery. The success is because it is elective operation. We see the patient, we can manage the medical issues, we can prepare the patient for surgery. After surgery, we send the patient to physio, etc. Everything is under controlled environment. And if you have problem with the feet, and you can see your doctor, and if you need surgery, it is elective surgery. And the success rate is similar to that. That's what I call. They have aimed to prevent ulcers, control environment, plan surgery, success rate, best approach. And the second thing that we see in 99% of the cases, you have a problem, you have a callosity, you ignore it. Till the time you start feeling that there's the blood in my foot, you have infection in your foot, you go to hospital, there is no time to prepare. All that we have to do is to save the food, save the life. You can septicemia, infection. We are going to ICU. You know? So it's a very basic thing. You have a problem, don't ignore it. That's it. Just see, you don't need surgery all the time. They can just tell you, you may need to change your footwear. You might need some physiotherapy. You know, just have a good blood sugar control. These are the basic things. But if there is a problem, let us deal it on a plan. That's what I would say. Any questions? Hopefully no. Either I was very good
You certainly will.
You have no idea what I said. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for that, Michael. That was an amazing talk. Really appreciate it. The thing that I took away from that amazing lesson, and I call it a lesson because there's a lot of things there I didn't know. The facts like second amputation is 90% chance of a third amputation. That's scary numbers, my dear brothers and sisters. And what I learned from all that talk is the most important thing is go see the doctor. You've got family members with diabetes, check their feet and go see the doctor. So who here has a family member with diabetes? Look at that. We all do. Who's taking a photo of that member's feet? Yes. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. So thank you again, Dr. Shiraz. That was amazing. Please, hands together, Dr. Shiraz Angel. Now, it gives me, again, a great honour and an absolute pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce the man of the moment, Dr. Azra Khan, to give us an update. Hands together.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, you can stand here. It's easy to see everyone. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you everyone for being here. I can see only few chairs are left, mashallah. So thank you everyone. And I'm really thankful to all of my Wollongong friends, families. They always, whenever I request them, they're always there. So kind of you. And I have also, guests from Sydney, Mr. Shokar Muslimani is ex-member of the Legislative Council. He's so kindly came here, and inshallah he will say something about his own project, which he's going to do for affected children in Gaza. So regarding the kids on wheels. And I also have Ala Khan, she is president of, chairman of Sugar Khan Australia. We have other friends, I can't see the certificate here. So, thank you very much. And also Zishan, I think is there also, but I can't see him. Anyway, thank you very much everyone for being here. And I would like to update you about what we have done so far for the last 12 months and what achievements we have. So I think you know about TDC, I don't need to discuss in details. As Dr. Shiraz mentioned about the one of the complications of the diabetes, so I just want to give you a little bit, idea that how many people are being affected in Pakistan with the diabetes. So you can see in this slide that almost 26% of the adult population in Pakistan they have the diabetes. So you can well imagine almost I can see that roughly around one third of Pakistani can have diabetes. Reason why I'm telling one third because many people they haven't been diagnosed yet. So this is the total population, and among those you can see that how many people have diabetes in Pakistan. This is the exact population we mentioned in the slide. So this is the data from International Diabetes Federation. And from urban side, we have almost 25% people have diabetes. And in the rural area, we have, urban has 28%, and rural has 25%. So reasons for having less diabetes in the rural area, possibly because they never got any diagnosis or they have not been evaluated.
So can we take children in the back area so they can enjoy themselves? Young children, because
as Shakti by requested, young children can go on the back side, so it will be easy for us to talk and communicate with you. Okay, so I'll move on. Regarding the, this lesson is important, as Dr. Shiraz mentioned, that we need to assess the diabetes. So this is the first test which can tell us that whether somebody can have diabetes or not. It's called impaired glucose tolerance test. So almost 11 million Pakistani population have impaired glucose tolerance test, which is very, alarming situation for us. And almost 27% is undiagnosed with diabetes. This is a major population, like almost, as I mentioned, one-third of Pakistani population have not been diagnosed yet about it. So these are the the population of Pakistan, I would say, because 30% are living in the urban area, but the rural area represents almost 7% population of Pakistan, and they don't have any accessibility, and they are not being diagnosed. So we don't know what is the situation or what could be the bad conditions in Pakistan in rural area. Uh, this is what we have done so far up to 2023, and we started in 2012 to 2023, so it's almost 11 years later. So you can see here that, as Dr. Shiraz mentioned, that diabetic foot we saved almost 25,000 people free since 2016. So it's a great achievement. That's one of the important complication factors which you already know about. So you can see here that we have plenty of lab tests being performed. We also have seen that you've seen the patient with the eye problem, kidney problem. There are almost 11,000 dialysis sessions being performed since 2018, and these 11,000 dialysis are being performed because you people do it. So we're exclusively donating all the dialysis services from here, and basically I would say from government. So I'm really, really thankful to everyone. They're donating monthly, weekly, all dialysis, and with that we can manage we can dialyze almost 11,000 people. We have almost 2,500 type 1 diabetes treatment. So you can see that it's a huge number. That the children they have type 1 diabetes, they are almost 2,500. And in the pipeline or still the waiting, close to 2,000 patients are still there, which is not mentioned this one. And this is about only what we have done last year. So you can see the data. TDC, as I mentioned earlier, it could be, you might be knowing that not only registered in Pakistan, but it has existence in America, in Australia, UK. Today we have one event going on in Manchester, so it's going on at the same time. This is the fundraising events we carried out in last 12 months in Australia. So we started from the Wollongong. Thank you very much for you that we started the first event in last year on 26th of March, and we generated almost $40,000. Then subsequently we went to Perth, and then we had 50,000 from there, and we went to Melbourne, we had 80,000, and in Brisbane we have $100,000. We raised almost $110,000 from Canberra. So this is a very small population from there, and luckily they donated a lot, mashallah, and that was for hospital and wheels. So we sent all that money there, and alhamdulillah, this project is almost ready to go, and hopefully next month or month after that it will be operational. Then we had event in Adelaide earlier last month, and on 22nd of March we were in Brisbane, and we generated 45,000. So almost close to $500,000 we collected last year. Thank you very much for that. This is about the what we have done in main hospital Islamabad. So as I mentioned earlier, the dialysis service we are exclusively sponsoring or donating from here. So you can see here data, and also we are managing the diabetes patients in main hospital. Type 1 diabetes we are also going to do that one because we are going to have future event in Melbourne, and hopefully type 1 diabetes will be apart from our Australia side. So almost you can see that $73,650 we sent to main hospital for these services which they are getting benefit at the moment. This is the hospital on wheels project. So alhamdulillah, as I mentioned that in Canberra we generated $110,000, and this customized or fabricated vehicle is almost ready to go. It has all the facilities inside which can be possible for it has doctor facilities, lab, we have pathology, and we'll be providing the medicines to all the patients who are coming there for different areas of the Pakistan, because this vehicle is going to the rural areas, and hopefully that once we start this project, we can have more, we can see more patients, we can access to more people. Because you can see that 70% population they are belonging to the rural area, so they were not having access to the facilities. So this service will make a difference in their life. So we sent, as I mentioned, $10,000 to Pakistan, and this vehicle is almost going to be on board. And inshallah, we already decided that this project is going to start from these districts. Sahiwal, it will be starting in Sarai Sulu, which is the hometown of Mr. Hamza, and that vehicle will go there also. So once a month we'll be going there. Similarly, we'll go to Kashmir, South Punjab, which is the area of Dr. Shahid, so I already spoken to him. So inshallah, this vehicle will go there also. And in Balochistan, one of the cardiologists, Dr. Ahmed, he's doing the angio and PADS and other the cardiac procedures there in Balochistan. So inshallah, we'll be taking this vehicle there also. So it will be rotating all over the Pakistan, and it will be all, the data will be centralized, get every information for the patients, and then it will be public in the future. So Sahiwal, this is the, I would say that Wollongong is a part of Sahiwal. Is that correct? Because a lot of people from Wollongong, they are from Sahiwal, and Wisconsin is sitting there. So he took the initiative, so we started the hospital there, which I can explain you later. So this is the little later. So this is the clinic which is already functioning there. So almost in last April up till now, this is the first premature clinic there. So almost 1,000 patients have been seen so far, and we sent them $47,000. That includes all the setup of the clinics, everything. So and this is our team, and so I was seeing the patient. This is existing clinic there. This is about the inspection of the Sahiwal hospital, so you can see here the major wall there, and alhamdulillah, so far you can see here almost 234 Australian dollars. Not this one, I would say that this is more also. Almost like total cost is 1.2 million. So 15% we spent before March, before this month. So after that we spent another 10%. So almost 25% cost we have already sent them, that is being donated by the people. So alhamdulillah, we will be completing this program. So you can see the progress of the work there. So it is phase one we are going to complete, which usually what I can see that it will be like outpatient, or it could be like daycare facilities here, and in which we will be providing the outpatient services. We'll have the emergency service, we have the pharmacy, and every outpatient care. Also, we will have minor OT, as you mentioned about the diabetic report. So we'll be having the operation theater also, so that we can manage the patient there for good care. So here are a few slides. I think I'm going to show the later person. Thank you very much, Adnan. He's sitting there. Can you stand up, please? Okay, so Adnan, he alhamdulillah donated the whole dialysis setup there in Sahiwal. So you can see the cost of this one is close to $60,000. Thank you very much, Adnan. His father-in-law is there in Sahiwal. He's helping a lot. He's one of our Hafiz Shahid is not here. I think he's supposed to be here. I think he really something close to $41,000 for whole radiology department. So thank you for him and his family too. This one, last month we went to Adelaide, so I think most of the people know that this one happened. So his mother passed away last year, so in the memory of his mother, he donated his assessment unit, which cost close to $15,000 for the we have also, this is another project which I mentioned about type 1 diabetes. So one of our donors and one of our members, TDC member, she is Sarah. So she donated the whole type 1 diabetes project in Pakistan, which includes not only in Sahiwal, but it will be eventually in other cities of Pakistan too. So this is 54,000 project. She is the first. We have two brothers there in Adelaide. So Farooq Tessi and Mohammad Tessi, they donated close to $10,000 for that. We also have emergency room and the main reception infrastructure of the main hospital that is being donated by Captain and his family. They are from Sahiwal. So this is from their family donation. This is the diabetes clinic, which is recently been donated by Dr. Huda. He is father-in-law of Dr. Usama Shahid. Dr. Steins, so he donated to fund diabetes clinic there from Brisbane. So he will let me know. This is the emergency room. It is donated by another family from Pakistan, I believe, Dr. Khalik and Mr. Khalik and family. This is Mustafa Chaudhary and so as many as you can. So it's not only donated the land and many other universities donating. So this is the prayer area, so he decided I will donate to his father. So Dr. Buddha already mentioned. So we have a few available units here. So we are going to share later on. And when we start the register, you can see that what are the availabilities thing. So you can donate as much as you can. So we haven't finished the year, we just started. So we're going to have a few more events, one in Perth, another one in Canberra and Melbourne, and then we could do for this fundraising campaign. I think it's the last slide. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Khan. Amazing job as always. We really appreciate all the work that you've done and all your travels, traveling around and making sure that all these facilities and all these amazing events are being catered for. I'd now like to call up my dear brother, Raymond Hutt, because we're going to get into the actual fun part of auctions. So get ready. Remember what we're here for. Remember why Allah has sent you here tonight. We're here for the auctions and the pledges. We'll start with the auction items. And guys, so everyone's aware. Iftar is in about 40 minutes. So if I'm not done the auction, I don't have enough money, none of you are eating. Nah, we'll get to it. But inshallah, let's get this all happening. And here we go, ready? Assalamu alaikum. Can everyone hear me? Awaz aa rahi? Yes! It's always a privilege to be a part of the TDC team, building a hospital in Sahiwal, amazing achievements in Islamabad already. And it's not just about diabetes, it is also about awareness of diabetes, I think, which is the most important, which is leading to so many people struggling with this debilitating disease. My father had it for about 52 years. He's been managing it. It's very difficult. My father-in-law passed away from diabetes. My family members who've suffered the health consequences. Ladies and gentlemen, about to begin the auction. Could I have the volunteers who will be taking the details for all of it? So who do we have? Can all so how many? There's two of you? I can see you pointing. So who are the volunteers? Can you put their hands up? That will be taking the details. So we've got one. I just need to know who you are. Okay, two. So, where is the list of items? It's coming up there. It looks like an ice cream menu. Guys, at every one of your tables, ladies and gentlemen, there is a list of all the auction items. So if you don't have one, please ask, and I'm happy to drop one off to you. So please have a look at the items, and here we go. Brother Naeem, let's go. There's no reserve price, so we just start with anything. Ladies and gentlemen, first thing we have, Speaker Quran. Very beautiful, mashallah, look great in your home. Any takers? I'll start with any bid. Any bid? $100. $100. Do we hear above 100? 200. 200. Do we hear 250? 300? Anybody? $300. $300. Do we hear 350? 400? Anybody? Well, the retails in the stores for that kind of money. 300. 400. Going once. I'm going to speed up the auction because we've got short time. Going twice. And 300 sold out the bike. Please take his details before he runs away. Allahu Akbar. Okay, next item we have.
Yeah, the young teams, please, just hold on a second. The young teams, please make sure you hand over the things to them and make the payment process so we can get going after start. We'll be really tight with the time.
Next item we have, ladies and gentlemen, is a grand speaker, digital display speaker, portable touch lamp. Starting bid at $200. Do I hit 200? I see the kids. Ladies, look at that inside your 200 room or Salah. Then we take bids to anyone. Start at 200. 200, ladies and gentlemen. Over here. 300. 300. 300. 300.
400, come on, come on, now we get
500
serious.
on the roll.
We've got to get 500, come on, ladies, don't let the men win.
Come on,
Let me see
500.
500,
500.
come on, now we're cracking, let's go.
Zakat.
600, do we hit 600? We've got 500.
I had a young kid in the back give me 600, but I said, don't worry about it.
Let's
That's
just
fine.
stop who's harder. Anyone?
500, we still got 500 over here,
500.
maybe everyone, 600.
500 going once. 500 going twice. And sold.
So, Jazakallah khair.
Thank you for that. What's your name?
Excellent. Good to see the young people are coming up. It's a tradition. We need to keep it up to have the legacy going. They need to know all this. What we do in Islam, charity is one of the key pillars as we do every year.
Next item we have after the cover. There's two of these, ladies and gentlemen. Starting bid is at $100. Do we hear 100?
It's a beautiful set, ladies. If you've been to Hajj, you'll know yourselves how much they sell this for over there. They start about $100 Australian for a couple of drops. So give me a price, give me a price.
Any takers for 100? Ladies and gentlemen.
200 over here, 300.
300.
300, may Allah reward you. Remember, this money is going to our brothers and sisters in Pakistan. Everything will be rewarded. Allah's promised you for 300 is going to give you 3,000 back. This is a promise. 300 over here. We have two of them. Can we?
I'll give you two for 600.
I like it. 300.
Going once. 300 going twice. And sold.
Excellent.
Please take the gentleman's details.
And we got two, so who wanted one for 200? You put your hand up over here, $200. Done, sold, $200.
He's saying 300 over there.
Well, we got 300 in the back there, we got 300.
You gonna take his details?
You got someone else for 300? Just like
Young
the last
ladies,
time.
don't sit over there. The young team come here. All the boys come here. The back table, please come here. We need legs now.
Ladies and gentlemen, slightly different photo. It is a prayer mat and tasbih and Quran. That's Quran. Quran and tasbih. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll start the bid at $200. Do I hear 200? $200, ladies and gentlemen. The ladies are really quiet tonight.
Absolutely.
Come on, ladies, look how pretty that is. Where's the young girls? What do you guys go show the ladies what that looks like? Go, come on, show me.
You said it's a pink color, it's a favorite one, it's matching with the many clothes. These are not just the hasanat, it's all for
And
seniors.
for the single young ladies, that young man's available. No.
It's
So,
a-
ladies, someone give me a bid. Anything goes, just like for the ladies tonight. Anything. What do you guys got to give me?
200, ladies and gentlemen. Do 200. You want the 200? Otherwise, we'll move on to the next slide.
$200. Yes, you got $200. Yes, you got 200.
200. Anyone for 300?
$300. $300. $300. Anyone?
200 going once. 200 going twice. And stop. Who's fire?
Nay, we are going below the price. What are you doing? Please, as I said, it's not about the item, it is about the memory, it's about the tradition. Your kids watching you, make them put a hand up and you will see the barakah is coming on your way. Next one. If you are sitting not doing anything, at least you can share the post, you can share the live stream. That's all you can do. Your digital hand can get you some more hasanat.
Okay, next item is a prayer mat. The green one, Tanya has it there. Starting bid is at 400. Do I hear 400?
It's a Turkish brand.
It's going to be with the Quran as well, my dear brothers. For $400, what would you pay to get to Jannah? It's $400 only.
400.
$400, brother Nari.
400, excellent.
$400, take it, 500, my brothers. Every cent is going to the hospital for healthcare.
500.
500, can I get 600? 600. $600, my Allah will help you. 700, that is good enough.
Hold it, have a look. You won't pay that 100, I know you do. Look at that. Alright? Going once, 700, 700 going once, 700 going twice, and sold.
I just want to mention here as well, the part of the money is also 10% is going to Gaza people as well. Also another project we are supporting, which is the wheel, the Kids on Wheel, which is led by our Shafat Muslimani. We are also supporting that. So it's whatever you are chipping in is going great.
Okay, 10% is going to Gaza. So I'll start this pre-bet at $400. Here we go, $400. $400. We got two. 500. 500. 600 in the back. 600. The other royalty sister. 600. 700. 700. 1,000. Remember, this is counting us as well, my dear brothers and sisters. Anyone going for 1,100?
Every Sahiwal, when you do it, you'll remember it where you spent it. So keep going. It's nothing about you need to surprise. You need to beat all those values we've been through. And we have always been a generous.
The young man is taking you around.
That's your whole project.
Anyone close to 1,300? Do I have 1,300? Anyone?
We don't want to delay a car. Please wait.
So we're 1,000. Going once.
1,100.
How many? 1,100. 1,100. Can we get 1,200? $1,200. 1,200. 1,200. Yeah. 1,200. Can we make a bigger jump from 1,200? Does anyone say 1,500? 1,500? 15? 1,500. It's nothing to your price in heaven, my dear brothers and sisters. 1,500. I'll take next bit up. Otherwise, going once. Allahu Akbar! 1,500. 1,500. Allah will notice. Allah. 1,500. Can I ask all my brothers here? Can you match that to 1,600? Any other bidders? 1,500 going once. 1,500 going twice. Sold. Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Well done, sister. May Allah reward you.
Zakat, just approach there, get the paperwork done. And we got something for children. It's like Quran and Dua pillow, and there are 3 of them. Let's celebrate. Show it to the children. Take it to them right now. You need to put a head on them. Go for it.
Okay, Quran and Dua pillow, remember 10% is going to Gaza. So I'll start the bid at $500. $500, ladies. $500, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone for 500?
Yeah, he put hands up. Go for it.
Over there, $500. $500 in the back there. Anyone for 600? 600. 600 over here.
Let children do these things.
600. Can we get 700? 700. Allahu Akbar. Can we get 800? 800. $800, Mashallah. Can we get there? 3 pieces. There are 3 pieces. Anyone for 900? Anyone for 900? Over here, $900. The bottom up. 900. 900. 1,000. 1,000. Allahu Akbar. $1,000. Okay, keep reminding yourself.
They also get you nice sweet dreams as well. They all coming from the Quran.
Anyone?
Going.
Anyone? 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 for 1,000. Yeah, but we'll go 3 to 6.
So anyone 1,100? 1,100? Otherwise going 1,000 once.
Over here.
1,100. Allahu Akbar. 1,200. 1,200. 1,200. 1,200. Ladies and gentlemen, 1,200. Absolutely perfect. 1,500. 1,500. Allahu Akbar. Round of applause, everyone. 1,500. Do I hear anything higher than 1,500? I'll take any bid. Because we've got 1,500, 1,100, and 1,000. Yes. We've got 3. Yes. So we're selling each one for those pieces.
And if you are a silent donator, there are pledges from there. Otherwise, you can put your your hand up, we can approach you as well.
Okay, last call, 1,500. Otherwise going once, going twice, and sold. Congratulations, this is a Australia-2024. That's Sadqah.
Yeah. Who is the second winner? Hussein, you want to make it quick with the 3 people? There are 2 more here. Okay.
Hang on, just make sure.
For 1,000?
This is the right time
For
to
1,000?
get all the
Boys,
dollars
you make the details.
This is the best time to donate, to do a charity. We are in the first usher of Ramadan now, and you're doing a great start. We got 2 more there.
Hold the clock up.
Here we go, start the clock.
And
What's on the next
Simon
item?
wins at $500 for this clock. Ladies and gentlemen, $500. Do I hear 500 in the room?
1,200.
This clock will increase time.
Over there, 600. 600.
700, but $100.
800. I've got 800. Who's going to go 900? Can I see 900? 900. 900. They look beautiful in your homes, sisters. We can work them online on the clock. We're at 900. Can we get 900?
900, do we hit 900? 900, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise going once. Going twice.
$900 for the clock.
And sold.
Sold. Perfect.
Okay, keep sold, put the details. Next item.
Next item is a great one. It's the 99 names of Allah in a great frame. Have a look. Give it to the one of the chaps to go around and show them.
Gentlemen, which one of you would volunteer to take this around the room? 99 names of Allah. Yes, this young man will do it. 99 names of Allah looks very beautiful. We'll start the bidding at $800. You're here 800, ladies and gentlemen. 800. 800 is the bidding. 99 names of Allah.
800. 800. It's gorgeous. It's amazing in your house like this. 800. Not a lot. For the 99 names of Allah. 800.
As I said, it will remind you when you put it in your house, it will remind you, tell your children like this is what we donated. This matters more. Your niyyah and your reward, as we all believe in, it comes up to 700 times back to you. That's our belief is.
And remember, every time we look at this over there, that's your contribution to Sahiwal Hospital in Pakistan. And every brother and sister that you've helped over in Pakistan. So can you remember? What's it called?
10% is going to Gaza.
And also all the donations are tax deductible as well, so you can claim against your business as well.
$800. $800. We have $800.
Thank you very much, Bulli.
Hang on, who bought the clock before?
Okay, it's the same border himself.
This clock.
Because he's running out of time, so he needs to have some time. Big one.
Who bought the clock?
Excellent.
And then next
The
item.
next item we have, Brahma. Excellent. You're doing great work. We should make dua for this gentleman as well. He's doing a great job here. Mashallah.
Absolutely, mashallah. They are rewarded.
We have a bismillah in the calligraphy and look at how shiny it is. It will be a nice piece in your drawing room or a formal lounge. Think about it, the kind of, ladies, look at the furniture matching. Put it there, next to your dressing table. It's beautiful. It will
It's
remind
only
you of
$500, ladies. $500. We can put it up and look on the mantelpiece. $500.
$500, only a bit time going to iftar now.
You can put in a dining area so people remember to say Bismillah every time they eat something.
10% is going to Gaza. $500 is a call. Anyone for $500 over here, my left?
Allahu Akbar.
Anyone for 600? 600 is a call. 600, otherwise 500 going once. 600. Anybody above 600, 600, 600 goes 7. Anybody for $700 is a call. Otherwise $600 going once. $600 going twice. So, $600.
While you're waiting, you can also donate online, and you can, if you want to tablet as well, so you can call one of the boys. They have the airport facility in their hand. So we have made available every possible way to donate in the part of Allah. And also want to add something very important. I believe myself, if you want to get healthier, donate to sick people. Allah take that dua out of you as well. That's what we know.
Okay, ladies and next item is a cricket bat signed by the Papa and Barbara.
All right, that's a good one.
Barbara, starting at $1,000. $1,000 is the call.
Wow, thank you very much, Brother Dishan, for donating this. These are the value you can take it with you, and I think as it gets older and makes more record, it gets more value of this.
Currently rated the top bat with Royal Combats.
This is the twice side to donate now.
I see a lot of smiles. $1,000. $1,000 is a call cricket bat signed by the great Paparazzi. I mean, friends plays in the moment at the moment in cricket.
Absolutely. He's doing very well by the
$1,000, guys. Remember, the bat just comes as an extra gift. The $1,000 is what you're here to do, to actually help our brothers and sisters in Gaza and in Pakistan. $1,000 is what I want to ask. We've got $1,000. So we got 1,100. 1,100.
1,100?
We're looking at 1,100.
That's only one tank of gas in your car these days. 1,100.
1,100 is a call. 1,100. Any more takers for 1,100? Otherwise, yeah. Going once. Going twice. What do you call it? What do you want? Anyone for 1,200? That little boy there, I love you. You're fantastic. Otherwise, sold.
Excellent. It's a beautiful one. It's you hold it from the bottom. You're holding it all in your hand. It's a beautiful one. It's got a lot of shiny things on it. It's a replica of Manakava.
All right, let me start. What would you pay for the beautiful Kaaba? You get to kiss the black rock every day that it's in your home. What are you going to pay for the Kaaba?
Starting big $600. $600 for the Kaaba. It's quite heavy actually.
Yeah, it is.
$600 for the Kaaba, ladies and gentlemen. $600.
600. 600.
Wow,
On you, 600. Give me 700. 700. Anyone for 700?
It's a lady sitting here. You can put your hand up. Husband will know it automatically. It will be lovely if the husband and wife do the bidding.
600 going once. 600 going twice. And sold. Please take the gentleman's details.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Please take the details.
Wow. This is, give it to the
Burj Khalifa. Burj Saad. Ladies and gentlemen, Burj Saad. It's bright, it's beautiful, it's got the building, it's got the hotel, it's got everything in there. Burj Saad. We get started price.
I think it's, please start with a 500 plus.
I want to do it. How much are we starting on?
We have it at 500,
500.
500, 500 ladies, 500. We get beautiful in your home.
$500, ladies and gentlemen.
Burj Saad. The clock tower and Mecca.
10% is going to
So
go.
the Hilton Hotel, the Fairmont Hotel, all the hotels in one. Give it a heads up.
Otherwise, move on to the next slide. Anyone bidding? Would anyone else like to bid on this item?
Make an offer. We don't want to return it. Make an offer.
Make a bid. I'll accept any bidders at the moment. Otherwise, we're going to go.
Because of the running out of time,
Bring our time. Otherwise, move on to the
you'll
next
be
slide.
sitting after the dinner as well if you could have finished over that. So better make it quick. The next item.
Sorry, $200. Okay, next item we have.
Victor Sahiwal had signed by him and headed by Brother Zishan from. It looks like it's been worn out.
This is zone cut.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's why it's worn out. So it's original.
Yes, original cap which is used. Starting bids at $400, ladies and gentlemen. Way $200.
Boy, it's a green cap.
I thought you had brothers not cricket. Present is known as that. Otherwise, we move on to the next one. Who's going to give me somebody? Any bidders, ladies and gentlemen? I'll take any bid for the moment. Otherwise, I'll move on to the next item. A count of 5, 4, 3, 2. Salvador. Someone give us the prize. And I can move on to the next item.
If you want your children to break a fast at home with the Zakat, this is the opportunity. It came all the way from Saudi Arabia, still staying, and we have here to grab.
We have 10 of these, so we need 10 bidders tonight and 10 volunteers. So, Zamzam water, ladies and gentlemen, I'll start the bid at
$200.
$200, yes.
$200. It's a Zamzam. Witness occasion. You are donating. You are taking with you. We have
one more. That's 2.
Yeah.
We're up to 2. I'm going to say 3 now.
Anybody 300? 300.
We're still at $200 each, just get 10 of them done. Let's go.
Okay, 200 each.
There's another one there.
One over there.
$200. That's 4.
Make sure you keep practicing it.
3 or 4.
Look like they're all very thirsty.
Okay. Hard enough. So I think they'll for himself. Another one, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Anybody? Do we have more left?
Oh no, thank you so much. I'm going to fantastic.
How are we up to?
Yeah. We need more boys.
Any more? हमारे साथ happy selling and release.
Right? The one over there, 2 over there, did we done? Anybody else need that? Zamzam?
2 more here. 2 more. Let's do like a second. 2 more.
One here.
Only 2 left.
Somebody come get this. Last one, lucky last.
Lucky last. Here we go. 2 to go. One more. Who wants the last one? Over here. Run. One more left, ladies and gentlemen. One more left.
Yeah. Can you make sure all
last one?
One this time. It's just going to need one bottle. It's all gone. You see? Beautiful.
Okay, 2 separate pan mats. Inside here. Very nice. As you can tell, we're starting to be at $400. Pan mats, 400. 400. They come in these canisters. Easy carry. Anywhere travel. $400. Remember, 10% is going to go up. $400, ladies and gentlemen. I'll take any bid if I don't need 400. Anyone want to bid? They need their portraits, their big little brands. You love it in their vehicle canisters. So give me a price, ladies. Price. Everybody into it. $400. Anyone want to offer a bid, ladies and gentlemen? We're behind on time. We need to get some papers out as well. Anyone wish to bid? No, okay, we'll move on to the next one.
Wow, we got
Okay, this bat has been signed by the Australian captain, Pat Cummins. I will start the bid at $1,500.
because it's more. We have a bidder there. Zakat. Anybody $1,600?
$1,600. Pat Cummins bat. 1,600. Anyone above 1,600? Otherwise, going once. At the moment, the horse got one captain. 1,500. Anyone for 16? 16. Otherwise, 1,500 going once. 1,500 going twice. And so.
Excellent. We got brothers to head for auction. Very good. Thank you, President, for donating a beautiful frame, Pakistani shirt, signed by famous Pakistani opening batsman Motorway that we won together, and it's presented by the Globe Media. The Globe Media is doing great work in the sports, promoting the sports here in Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan cricket jersey signed by Father Babar Azam. As you can see, the wonderful sponsor here. The gentleman picks it up there. I will start the bidding at $800. Allahu Akbar. Can we get $800? $800. We have one for Dr. Saab, $800. Do I hear anything about $2,000, ladies and gentlemen? $2,000. Yes, Allahu Akbar. Anyone want to get any close above that? I've got a 2,200. 2,200. Do I hear anything about 2,500? Do I have 2,500? 2,500. $2,500. I've already got 2,500. We need to go up. Oh, we need to go 2,500. Ready to go up?
2,600.
2,700.
2,700.
2,800. 2,800. We have 3,000. I need the 3,000. 3,000. Everything's on, the world's on. 3,000. Anything about 3,000, sir?
Okay, 3,100. Anybody 3,100? 3,100.
Otherwise going on? $2,100. Wow. Yes, he deserves a clap. And we're still bidding. We're still bidding. 3,100. Can we get 3,200? 3,200.
3,200.
30.
Yep. Yep. 3,200.
3,200.
Is that thing working on?
Keep it up. Okay. Otherwise, 3,200 going once. 3,200 going twice. And score.
Excellent. Excellent. Zakat, this young team doing great work, and I'm so proud of them. We got. Now we need to.
Okay, we now.
Okay, you go for it.
Okay, got some exciting.
Okay, that's fine. Go for it.
Okay, I have this wonderful item here.
I think it's got 99 years long. Yes. And it's a different shape, and you can see.
It's got nice red looks very cute, beautiful.
Yep. And it's matching with the red color.
Gold is there, it's US pounds. How about US pounds?
Yeah, you all have furniture like this in a house, so
We always have dark time, we stick our pictures, and things. Give me a call so we can use this up. Ladies. It's pretty, isn't it? It's so pretty. I touch like that. Everything else. Remember the biggest girls in Pakistan. Okay, now we're moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Nope. Okay, one more item, ladies and gentlemen. We've got this beautiful.
I keep reminding you, there are platforms there if you want to do a silent engagement.
Any bid, I'll take any bid, ladies and gentlemen, get things along. Anyone can bid any number above 200. Like that. $200. Ladies and gentlemen, 200. $200. Anything other? That's it. Okay, going on. And price sold, 200. We have our last item to action tonight, which is the Sufi art. It's a beautiful poster.
And we will start the bidding, ladies and gentlemen, at $1,000. What you to call $1,000, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, 10%. Marshall, excellent. Big round of applause. Anything above 1,000, remember 10% of all of this is going to Gaza. That will 1,000 is a call. Do I hear that?
So it's a Sufi art from Pakistan. Over here, 1,100. 1,100 Rasulullah of the Rasulullah. Can we get 1,200? 1,200.
It's a ritual artwork, and he said, you will feel the same when you donate. You will feel like you are having that feeling of a mass.
This is a so good holding it now.
Yeah. And it's a ritual
going once, going twice.
It
Sufi art line.
is a hidden gem. We didn't advertise anywhere. It's done by a Mufti Mas from Pakistan. Is one of the famous artists from the KPK, I guess.
Okay, otherwise going once.
As it, how much we have now?
We have 1,100 we have.
1,100.
Anyone above 1,100 going once? Going twice? Last item for the night.
Zakat brother Ram for donating these for this cause. God will get a reward. Who donated and who pledged for it. Jazakallah khair. We got
My dear brothers,
it's a 7-1 now. Once again, we also thank you, the host here, Brother Rashid Khan, for providing us such a nice place for breaking the park with the friends and family.
now I'm going to start with that.
Okay.
Here we go. What we take up tonight. My dear brothers, can I get everyone please to listen just for the next 5 minutes? Boys in the back, ladies, sisters, brothers, please sit down and let me have your attention for 5 minutes. Wallahi, that's all I ask for you tonight. I ask you at the beginning, before you sit down here tonight, each and every single one of you right now, make your intention clear to Allah. You are not here to eat. You're not here to have a star. You're not here to have a chat to your friends. You are here for this and for that over here, the hospital, and for those children of Gaza. And we will get this from my brother Shaquille very shortly. You are here to help kids who cannot go to work because their feet have been damaged, bones etc. You are here because our Pakistani brothers and sisters, and that's what I'm looking at is. Our Pakistani brothers and sisters cannot walk right now. Because you heard what our beautiful brother Dr. Shiraz said earlier. They can't feel the tips of their toes. So please remember why you are here. You guys in the back, I am talking to you guys. We are here for a reason. So let's get serious. I want to start with projects. Here we go, projects. I want to start with a very simple number, $10,000, $52,000, $1,000 each project. Who's going to start me off with $1,000? Well, here we go, there, right. Let's go straight to 1,000. Somebody help me out here. Who's up on if I have to? You don't get help me out with $1,000 pledge to start with. $1,000 pledge. I said the reason we're here tonight is to help our brothers in Pakistan.
Yeah, get your team on each table. So help them to fill the form, get the pen in a hand, get them scanned and use their purse to make it easy. These are the last 5-10 minutes. This is the time you can just touch your heart. Whatever comes your heart, just do it. Don't listen this part because it's going to play too much and holding you back.
And many ulama have said, the minutes before Adhan and Maghrib, your dua will be answered, especially as a fasting person. So guys, I'm making a dua now for each and every one of us. May Allah reward each and every one of you by attending. But I also ask you to answer the dua of our brothers and sisters in Pakistan and in Gaza right now. So can somebody start me off? I don't care how much or how little. Start me off with a pledge, please. Are you hungry right now? Yeah, you're very hungry. 10% of this is going to Gaza. Most of them don't have anything. They don't have a roof on their heads. Most of them lost their parents, their family members, their loved ones, their livelihoods. Their humanity is being taken away from them. 10% of this is going to Gaza. So any of your pledges tonight, it's almost a start time. I have to let you go, but please, any pledges of 10,000, 3,000, 5,000, 2,000.
And as he said that anybody sick in a family, you can donate on his name, her name, and similarly any deceased person, you can still send reward to them while they are not here anymore. $2,000 again from Brother Mustafa. Zakat.
$2,000. Anyone else? $1,000.
$1,000. Get him on. There's another brother here. $1,000. $5,000. $500. The boys, can you bring the form here? Yeah. Can you bring more boys here to help you? Just to 500 here, 1,000 here from this lady's side.
And I'm collecting envelopes. If you want to put some obviously, you're welcome to. Just put money in the envelope for all the pictures that you are paying. We're on the way home, each and every one of you.
Okay, any more pledges, ladies and gentlemen, we have to move on. Anyone? Take any amount. Take it out. $1,000 from the sister here.
The sister from this side, yes, brother, thank you. Keep an eye on our hand. Yeah. $500 here.
$500. Where are the volunteers, boys?
$500 here, sir.
Where are the volunteers?
Yep.
Get them up because we've still got people making pledges and we need to take the details.
As I said, you can donate online as well. The paper in front of you. You can do a silent one.
Okay. Any more pledges, ladies and gentlemen?
We want to be at the venue, and I believe Wollongong can do very well. They always did in the past. That's your home project. All the team from TDC is from the Wollongong, and you are part of that family now.
And we are at the point now where I don't have one more speaker before it starts. We still have that 7 minutes to start at least. So it's been a great honour and pleasure I introduce to you my dearest brother, Shakir Salam.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah. We need a bit of attention for our special guest. He's been a great friend of our Islamic community. He's been everywhere, so please give him full attention.
Thank you so much. Great to see that this organisation is making up family. All of you donated so much of your money, so much of your hard-earned money. Thank you so much. It's a great opportunity for all of us to donate to those beautiful in much need. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Distinguished guests, one and all, I acknowledge the traditional owners of this land and pay my respects to the elders, past and present, and emerging. I'm thankful to TDC Australia for organising this special ceremony event in this holiest month, the month of Ramadan, a month of charity, of giving and sharing. So I'm honoured to be amongst you to break our fast, but in doing so, to raise much needed funds to help our brothers and sisters in need, whether for diabetes, related illnesses, or for thousands of children, amputees because of Israel's war on Gaza. It is these holiest days that we open our hearts and extend our hands to those in need. In Gaza today, there is a devastating humanitarian catastrophe happening as we speak. The UN says virtually all of Gaza's 2.3 million people are struggling to find food, and more than 500,000 are currently facing starvation. Many have been reduced to eating
animal fodder to survive. A despondent 36-year-old mother in the family's worn-out tent, holding a can of beans and trying to start a fire to cook something for her 5 children, tells Al Jazeera, "I'm worried so much for my children. I don't care if I don't eat. I worry about them. They've done nothing wrong to starve like this." Israel military, which has blocked out and slowed deliveries, has used starvation as a weapon of war. Amid conditions of famine, the Israeli army continues to deliberately commit massacres in the besieged enclave. It has targeted civilians while they attempt to obtain humanitarian aid, killing hundreds in one hit, 120, and injuring 750. It's a devastating humanitarian catastrophe that is unfolding in Gaza today. They have killed over 37,000. They have killed over 37,000, 31,000, and injured 73,000. That's over 100,000 people injured and killed in the last 4, 5, 6 months. And thousands of children are alive and amputees, with 17,000 children orphaned. And babies just a few months old are dying of malnutrition and dehydration. According to the UN, 5% of the population is dead, injured, or missing. Many will live a life of misery. There are thousands of people with chronic serious diseases, including kidney failure patients, face a slow death. There are between 1,000 and 1,500 kidney failure patients in the street, and these patients' health conditions are rapidly worsening due to a lack of medical and therapeutic services, medication, and other necessities. The collapse of the health service system has put immense pressure on the entire system in Gaza. Most of which are disrupted because of damage, the siege, and destruction of fuel, electricity, clean water, and so forth. Women in Gaza have borne the brunt of this war. Their burdens have multiplied. Nada says, "Here I am, sitting on the street in a tent, deprived of life's basic necessities, no water, no electricity, no bathrooms, no sanitation, nothing." And she adds, "I come out only with the clothes that I'm wearing and the clothes with my children." So Israel has intentionally destroyed everything in Gaza. Whether it is schools, universities, hospitals, cultural centers, landmarks, it has targeted everything and anything, including mosques and churches. In fact, it destroyed 161 mosques and 3 churches in 5 months. Israel's attacks have damaged more than half the population's homes, 36,000 residential units. So the situation in Gaza is dire, but you and I can help. Your help and the thousands of amputee children will go a long way in bringing some sense of normality to their lives. I'm grateful to Dr. Asra and Haj Christopher Chaudhry for this opportunity to say a few words and ask you to seek your support to contribute more money, because 10% of that money that you donate today will go to Gaza, will go to those children. We are, Shahid Iqbal and I, are organising a container of wheelchairs to Gaza, and thanks to Shahid Iqbal, who was instigated this mission, to deliver a 40-foot container, delivering 430 wheelchairs to the children of Gaza. As I said, there are thousands of children who are amputees and will need your support and will need your services and will need your humanitarian support. So I thank you and wish every one of you a happy Ramadan and Ramadan Mubarak.
Jazakallah khair, thank you very much. The honorable Mr. Rambo, Mr. Lady, thank you very much. It is now time to end, so I'm going to call a few paragraphs for Adhan.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله